I'm Cole, an auto mechanic. After the fire at my shop, United Protection Insurance Company won't pay my rightful compensation. Expert Lisa Hayes wrote in her report that the fire was caused by my security negligence, but the real cause of the fire is different. My $210,000 compensation is at risk. My name is Cole Henderson, I'm 38 years old, and I've been doing auto repair in Atlanta, Georgia for 16 years. I have a small but successful shop called Henderson Auto Repair. Classic car restoration, engine repairs, accident damage repairs. I really love this job and my customers trust me. I work in a 3,000 square foot space in the industrial area of South Atlanta. Modern equipment, certified technicians, state-of-the-art diagnostic devices. I have 8 employees, 2 master mechanics, 3 apprentices, 1 accountant, 1 customer representative, and 1 part specialist. Business is really going well. My shop isn't just a repair place, it's also a meeting point for classic car enthusiasts. From 1967 Mustangs to 1973 Camaros, I have dozens of projects. My customers don't just bring their cars, we talk for hours, drink coffee, share stories. I'm married to Sarah, we have a 12-year-old daughter named Emma. Sarah is a nurse at the local hospital, and Emma is as interested in cars as her father. In the evenings, she helps me at the shop, carries tools, learns simple tasks. Everything is insured: building insurance, equipment insurance, liability insurance, business interruption insurance. We've been working with United Protection Insurance Company for 12 years. My annual premium is $18,000. I've never had a late payment. I thought I was a reliable customer. I've been dealing with United Protection representative Jennifer Walsh for years. She's a friendly, understanding person. Cole, you're one of our most reliable customers. We're always here for you, she used to say. Thursday night, February 15, 2024, my life changed. While Sarah and I were watching TV at home, the alarm system went off at 2:30 a.m. I got a call from the shop's security company on my cell phone. Mr. Henderson, there's a fire alarm at your shop. We've notified the fire department. I immediately jumped in the car and rushed to the shop. Sarah followed behind me. When we got there, the sky was red. Flames were rising from my shop. The fire department teams arrived in 20 minutes, but the fire had spread rapidly. They worked hard to prevent damage to neighboring businesses. After a 2-hour intervention, the fire was extinguished. Fire Captain Mike Rodriguez explained the situation. Mr. Henderson, the fire started from the electrical panel. There was a short circuit in the old wiring system, and the fire spread rapidly. When I saw the inside of my shop, I almost had a heart attack. 16 years of work had turned to ash. The electrical system was completely burned. My beloved 4 classic cars were damaged. Expensive diagnostic equipment was melted. Mrs. Callahan's 1965 Mustang. It was a masterpiece that had been under restoration for 8 months. Mr. Peterson's 1970 Chevelle. A car he was restoring in memory of his son. They were all burned. Sarah held my hand. Cole, what's important is that no one was hurt. Everything else can be repaired. But I wasn't just thinking about material damage. This shop was my life. I had built it with 16 years of savings. My customers' trust, my employees' livelihood. Everything was in danger. The next morning I examined the damage in detail. Total damage was approximately $210,000. Building damage, $85,000. Equipment damage, $95,000. Vehicle damage, $30,000. I immediately called United Protection. I spoke with Jennifer Walsh. Jennifer, there was a fire at my shop. Major damage. Cole, we're so sorry. We're sending our expert team immediately. Don't worry, you've been with us for 12 years. Your policy is comprehensive. How long will it take, Jennifer? Under normal circumstances, 2 to 3 weeks. But your situation is priority. These words had reassured me. I trusted United Protection. The damage assessment team came 2 days later. Lisa Hayes was leading the team, with photographer Jerry Mason and technician Angela Torres. Lisa was about 45 years old, sharp-eyed, with a serious demeanor. She introduced herself. Mr. Henderson, I'm Lisa Hayes. I've been doing assessments in Atlanta for 15 years. I'll be handling this case. Welcome, Ms. Hayes. The fire started from the electrical panel. Mr. Henderson, let me do my examination first. Then you can answer my questions. Lisa worked very thoroughly. She measured burned areas, examined the electrical panel, calculated camera angles. Jerry was constantly taking photos. Angela was noting damaged equipment. I showed the fire department report. Captain Rodriguez's report clearly stated short circuit in electrical panel. Lisa read the report. Mr. Henderson, when was your electrical system last inspected? 6 months ago, Ms. Hayes. Certified electrician Tom Bradley came and checked everything. Do you have the report? I pulled out Tom Bradley's report. All tests were normal, there were no safety deficiencies. Lisa read the report carefully, but her expression didn't change. Mr. Henderson, do you have a fire suppression system? There's a working sprinkler system nearby, but the fire spread very quickly. Do you think this is sufficient? It complies with all standards, Ms. Hayes. Municipal approvals are also available. Lisa conducted the examination for 4 hours. She photographed every corner, took measurements, kept notes. She looked very professional. Mr. Henderson, you'll receive the report within a week. When the report arrived a week later, my world collapsed. Lisa Hayes' 18-page report was a complete disaster scenario. The report stated, the fire that occurred at Henderson Auto Repair on February 15, 2024, resulted from serious safety negligence by operator Cole Henderson. Violations identified. Electrical system does not comply with Georgia state codes. Fire prevention measures are insufficient. Security procedures are lacking. Previous safety warnings were not heeded. Shop operation violates policy terms. These serious negligences clearly violate United Protection insurance policy terms. Therefore, compensation payment should be denied. This report was completely false. Every claim contradicted reality. The electrical system had been inspected 6 months ago. Fire suppression system was present. All security procedures were implemented. I had received no warnings. I was completely compliant with policy terms. Why was Lisa Hayes writing these lies? I immediately called Jennifer Walsh. Jennifer, this report is completely wrong. Lisa Hayes hasn't written the truth. Cole, expert reports are examined in great detail. Lisa is an experienced specialist with 15 years of experience. But Jennifer, my electrical report is here. Everything is compliant. Cole, expert reports are based on technical evaluations. Lisa's findings are taken as basis. So what does this situation mean? I'm sorry, Cole, compensation payment has been denied. This was crazy. I had been paying my premiums for 12 years, never late. Now I couldn't get my rightful compensation. When I got home, I explained the situation to Sarah. Cole, this is injustice. We should get legal help. The next day, I visited insurance law specialist Bradford Collins. Bradford was 50 years old, with 20 years of experience, one of Atlanta's best insurance lawyers. Bradford examined the report. Cole, this report is very detailed, but the claims are strange. Lisa Hayes' findings don't seem to reflect reality. Bradford, what can we do? First, let's get an independent assessment. Let's uncover the facts. Then we'll sue United Protection. We hired William Patterson as an independent expert. William was a former firefighter, fire specialist with 25 years of experience, a recognized name in courts. William examined the shop for 3 days. He tested the electrical system, analyzed fire traces, checked security features. Cole, there's no safety negligence here. The electrical system complies with standards. The fire suppression system is operational. The fire started from a normal short circuit in the electrical panel. Why is Lisa Hayes claiming otherwise? I don't know, Cole, but this report doesn't reflect scientific facts. We reapplied to United Protection with Williams' 22-page counter-report. But the company insisted on its decision. Jennifer Walsh's response was cold. Mr. Henderson, we base our decision on Lisa Hayes' report. The decision will not change. Bradford took the case to court. The case Henderson versus United Protection Insurance began in Georgia State Court. During this process, my business came to a standstill. I didn't have money to repair the shop. I had to lay off 5 of my 8 employees. Only 2 master mechanics, Marcus and Tony, remained. Marcus Rodriguez was 52 years old, had been working with me for 15 years. Boss, I'm with you. Until this injustice ends. Tony Williams was 29 years old, young but talented technician. Cole, you always did right. This fire isn't your fault. $210,000 was big money. Without this compensation, Henderson Auto Repair couldn't survive. My wife Sarah increased her shifts at the hospital. Cole, we'll get through this crisis. We'll stand together as a family. My daughter Emma also understood the situation. Dad, you always told the truth. Bad people will lose. While the case was ongoing, I hired private detective Hugo Martinez. Hugo was a former FBI agent, insurance fraud specialist, had worked 18 years in federal service. Cole, in these types of cases, there's usually systematic denial policy. Let me investigate Lisa Hayes' background. Hugo started his investigation. First, he examined Lisa's assessment records from recent years. 3 weeks later, Hugo came with shocking findings. Cole, 41 of Lisa Hayes' 47 assessments in the past 2 years resulted in denial decisions. Is this normal, Hugo? Absolutely not. A normal expert has a 15 to 20% denial rate. Lisa has an 87% denial rate. This is statistically impossible. This was very suspicious. Why was Lisa constantly writing denial reports? Hugo dug deeper. He investigated Lisa's personal financial situation, credit report, bank records, property acquisition, lifestyle. Cole, Lisa Hayes' living standard doesn't match her income at all. $450,000 house, $80,000 BMW, children in private school. Is expert salary that much, Hugo? No, Cole. Lisa's official income is $75,000 annually, but her expenses are at $150,000 level. Where does she find this extra money? That's the problem. Her official income doesn't cover these expenses. Hugo also interviewed former United Protection employees. Human Resources Specialist Marcus Thompson provided very important information. Marcus, are there illegal activities at United Protection? Hugo, the company implements a systematic denial policy. Especially for large damages, denial reasons are always sought. What's Lisa Hayes' role in this system? Lisa is the company's most trusted expert. She always makes appropriate decisions. Management treats her very well. How do they treat her well? Special bonuses, additional payments, luxury business trips. Lisa gets privileges. This was now open conspiracy. United Protection was implementing a systematic denial policy using Lisa Hayes. Hugo deepened his financial investigation. He accessed Lisa's bank records. Cole, there are regular payments to Lisa Hayes' account from United Protection, outside of official salary. How much money, Hugo? Total $180,000 in additional payments over the past 2 years. $7,500 monthly. Is this legal? Absolutely not. She's preparing fake reports in exchange for bribes. United Protection was paying Lisa bribes for each fake denial report. Hugo also discovered other shocking findings. Lisa's relationships with other experts. Cole, Lisa has a network. 4 to 5 more experts are doing similar work. What do you mean? Systematic denial network. They receive special payments from United Protection and prepare fake reports. This was now organized crime level. We returned to court with this evidence. Judge Patricia Newman was hearing the case in Georgia State Court. Bradford presented the evidence methodically. Lisa's 87% denial rate. $180,000 bribe received from United Protection. Marcus Thompson's testimony. Network relationships with other experts. United Protection's lawyer Sandra Mitchell was in a very difficult position. Your Honor, expert reports are objective technical evaluations. Bradford showed Lisa's bank records. Is this objectivity? Fake reports for $7,500 monthly bribes. Lisa Hayes was very uncomfortable on the witness stand. She was sweating in the face of Bradford's questions. Ms. Hayes, why do you receive additional payments from United Protection? Those are consulting fees. What subjects do you consult on? Technical matters. How did you determine security negligence in $210,000 damage? The electrical system didn't comply with standards. Bradford showed electrician Tom Bradley's report. This report shows everything is compliant. Which standard did you find non-compliant? Lisa couldn't answer. Ms. Hayes, you made denial decisions in 41 of 47 cases. Is this normal? Each case is unique. Does it have anything to do with receiving $7,500 monthly bribes? Objection. Sandra Mitchell stood up. Judge Newman, objection overruled. Witness will answer. Lisa's voice was trembling. I deny these allegations. Independent expert William Patterson gave strong testimony. There is no safety negligence at Henderson Auto Repair. The electrical system complies with Georgia codes. Fire suppression system meets standards. The fire was a normal industrial accident. Is Lisa Hayes' report scientific? Absolutely not. It doesn't reflect reality, contains technical errors. Marcus Thompson also gave very effective testimony. A systematic denial policy is implemented at United Protection. Lisa Hayes is the main instrument of this policy. How does this system work? For large damages, denial reasons are always found. Lisa always prepares appropriate reports. The company pays her very well. How much money? Thousands of dollars monthly outside normal salary. It's known by everyone. United Protection's CEO Benjamin Clark was also called to court. He looked very tense in the face of Bradford's questions. Mr. Clark, why do you make additional payments to Lisa Hayes? For consulting services. What consulting? Is there an official contract? Those, internal company matters. $180,000 is very big money. How do you justify it? Benjamin couldn't answer. Mr. Clark, does your company implement a systematic denial policy? No, each case is evaluated objectively. Bradford showed the statistics. Lisa Hayes has an 87% denial rate. Is this objective? That's coincidence. The evidence was so strong that United Protection's defense completely collapsed. Judge Newman made her final decision. United Protection Insurance Company has committed systematic fraud. Lisa Hayes and other experts have prepared fake assessment reports in exchange for bribes. Cole Henderson's compensation claim is completely justified and warranted. United Protection will make the following payments to Cole Henderson. Main compensation, $210,000. Delay interest, $85,000. Punitive damages, $50,000. Legal fees, $35,000. Total, $380,000. Lisa Hayes and United Protection are being referred to federal investigation for systematic fraud. There was silence in the courtroom. Then Sarah's hug, Bradford's congratulations, Hugo's smile. Justice was finally served. The federal investigation proceeded rapidly. Lisa Hayes received a 3-year federal prison sentence for insurance fraud. Her assessment license was permanently revoked. She was forced to pay back the $180,000 bribe. United Protection was fined $2.5 million by the Georgia Insurance Commission. CEO Benjamin Clark resigned. The company experienced a major financial crisis. Thanks to Marcus Thompson's brave testimony, United Protection's systematic denial policy was completely exposed. More than 200 customers filed similar lawsuits. The company was on the verge of bankruptcy. Today, 14 months later, Henderson Auto Repair is much stronger than before. With the $380,000 compensation I received, I completely renovated the shop. I bought the most modern equipment, formed a 12-person team. Marcus and Tony returned. I also hired 3 new master technicians, 4 apprentices, 1 accountant and 1 customer representative. My customers trust me much more than before. Because they saw that I stood up against the big company, defended my rights. "Cole, you gave us the courage to seek justice," said my customer Timothy Wilson last week. "I work with my new insurance company, Reliable Coverage Solutions. A completely transparent, honest company. I'll never have business with United Protection again. I'm very grateful to Hugo Martinez. Without his meticulous investigation, we could never have solved this complex conspiracy." Bradford Collins also followed an excellent legal strategy. "This incident taught me life-changing lessons. Big companies sometimes abuse their power. But what's right always wins. You should never give up." Lisa Hayes writing fake reports for $180,000 in bribes. United Protection systematic customer deception. These are never acceptable. Justice, even if late, found its place. Now Henderson Auto Repair is one of Atlanta's best shops. Business is so busy we have trouble making appointments. The team is happy, customers are satisfied, the future is very bright. Most importantly, justice was served. United Protection's dirty game ended, Lisa Hayes got her punishment, the system changed. The message of this story is, standing up against big companies is difficult but not impossible. Truth always wins. Defending your rights is every citizen's duty. On a sunny Saturday morning in Atlanta, working in my shop, I write these lines. Henderson Auto Repair is growing. We're planning to open a new branch. Despite United Protection's insidious trap, I remained standing. Because I was the one who was right. Justice, even if late, found its place.